Okay, it's not something I'm going to say right now.
Oh, it was when he was being friendly with her.
No.
No, it's not
it's
that.
the story Phoebe Cates tells about what happened to her dad, how he died.
No, I do not remember that.
Okay, you have to go back and look.
I do not recall that.
Yeah, it's something that...
children should not hear.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Plus, if it has any kind of creepy doll-ish thing in it, Gavin will have nightmares.
But it's not a doll. It's a mogwai.
But they look like
gremlin.
toys. Gremlins,
mogwai.
when they're cute, they look like toys. They look like stuffed animals.
Yeah.
Then they go all evil.
Exactly.
Because you feed them after midnight. It's your mess up.
No.
It's your fault.
Oh, that's right. If you get them wet, they multiply. If
They
you
multiply.
If you feed them after midnight, then they go into the fly cocoon.
Yeah, and they break out with a big mohawk, and they're throwing stuff and eating popcorn. And
Yeah.
It's
Well,
a
listen,
fun movie.
my
It's a
favorite-
Causing
fun
general
movie.
havoc.
My favorite gremlin out of both of the series comes at the hands of Tony Randall. Tony Randall was the gremlin who got the smart extract, the brain extract,
Oh,
and he could talk.
that was in Gremlins too.
Yes,
that
yes,
was horrible.
Because they're watching this movie, and he's talking about these people. He's doing a narrative, and he's talking to the camera, and he's talking about how everybody around him is not civilized. So one of them, who is just absolutely crazy, comes up and gets in his face and does like something totally ridiculous. The gremlin pulls out a gun and shoots him, and he says, "Now that's not civilized."
I love that movie.
And
But
Gremlins
unfortunately,
is only available on Netflix DVD.
yeah, I just looked it up. Yeah, you can rent it from Amazon for like $2.99. But hey,
I could probably buy it for $5.
probably. Yeah,
Walmart.
actually, yeah. I scroll down. It's $4.27.
See?
Amazon Prime free shipping. That's all I'm saying. But apparently, the Gremlins reboot has quote run out of steam.
Ah.
So no Gremlins remake. But
Spielberg, do something about that.
well, he was part of it.
I know. That's why I said Spielberg, do something about that.
Yeah, he's got money. Come on, just bankroll it.
Get your buddy George Lucas and Martin Scorsese and who's the dude that did The Godfather?
Well, that was Scorsese, wasn't it?
No, that wasn't Scorsese. He did the You talking to me? He did Taxi Driver, and he also
directing it.
Huh? Yes, directed it. Francis Ford Coppola.
Francis Ford Coppola. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Ask the Google.
That's the Google.
I asked the Google, and it told me.
All right. So moving along, Dixon.
Okay. Robert Kinoshita, the creator of Lost in Space's iconic robot, passed away.
Aw.
And he was 100 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. He was art director for a couple of different television series. Do you remember Sea Hunt?
Yes.
He was the art director for that and Bat Masterson.
Yes.
And of course, Lost in Space.
Did it have anything to do with Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea?
I don't know. He might have.
Yeah, that was the same production company as Lost in Space.
So it's possible.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Yes. Yeah, it's very possible that both the sets were used. The same set were used for both shows.
Yeah, they do that all the time.
Yes.
Well, when I first saw it, I thought it was the guy who had done the voice for the robot. But it's not. It's the guy who created him. So, and like we were saying, we were talking about Gotham has already started back, but already went on hiatus again.
Yes.
Flash and Arrow start back next week, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't start back until March because right now Marvel's Agent Carter is on. Have you guys watched the past 2 weeks?
Yes.
Yes.
And it's interesting. I won't say it's one of my favorites just yet. But it's very interesting how they're putting it all together.
Okay.
Because we have Jarvis, the person, not the computer.
Yes.
We have...
the person that the computer was based on.
Right. And then we also have Iron Man's dad, who we've only seen clips of. So that kind of gives you an idea of kind of where he came from.
Well, we saw him in the
Sort of.
first Captain America.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was there. He was actually, that's where actually they all, he was there with Captain America and her. So that's where they start their relationship. Such as, it's not that they have a relationship, but I really like the show, and my wife Becky absolutely loves it. It's now her favorite, better than Flash, better than Arrow. It's her favorite right now.
I am thinking that it is because Agent Carter is like Nancy Drew.
Well, that's part of it, but also she's a strong female character.
Yes, absolutely.
That, I mean, in a world where she is kind of discounted, not only getting things done, she's doing them covertly.
Yes.
And having to do, I mean, and she took, basically in last week's episode, she sacrificed herself.
Yes.
To get Jarvis out of there.
Yes.
Knowing that is the thing that bugs her. The way she's treated in the office, it bugs her. And it should.
Yeah.
But she basically played into that and took it on the chin to save him.
Yeah, but she also got a day off so she could go and do her covert stuff by saying that she was having lady problems.
I'd let her go at that point.
If I told my boss, hey, I'm having lady problems, I need to go home, they would tell me to take a pill or something and get back to work.
Yeah, but this is 2015.
Exactly.
They got mono.
This is 1946, where they didn't even want to hear that.
Exactly.
Like, it's just like his reaction. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, go shopping or do whatever. Yeah, see, I want to go back to that.
Listen, I just had a good idea. I just had a great idea for a new commercial for us. Midol, the original chill pill.
Yikes. But yeah, I really am enjoying. I'm enjoying the depiction of her. I like her character. I think Haley Atwell is doing an incredible job, and I like the mystery. It's pulling you forward.
Yes,
and how that wacky typewriter, man, I love that.
That was really cool.
The guy that I am just absolutely waiting for him to get his just rewards is the leader of the organization there.
Oh, the office.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's going to be, and see, that's the thing. The one shot, Agent Carter one shot that they had on one of the, I think it was the Captain America DVD.
Yes.
They had a little one shot, which basically now is not, unless they kind of put it at the end of this series, which they may do.
Yes.
He kind of gets his comeuppance.
Yes.
Because Howard Stark calls and says she's transferring to, and that's actually, that may be the end of this series. She's coming with me to start S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay, so let me pose a situation to both of you guys. Mm-hmm. Laura, you are on the fence about the show, which is where you were about this same time at the startup of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You liked it, but you wasn't quite sure about it.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of. Do you hope that this stops at the end of this run and they make it a miniseries, or do you want it to go on? Because once it goes on, she's the leader of this organization. She's going to be tied to a desk.
Well, Laura, go ahead. You answer.
Well, I don't know yet. It depends on where it goes, and
Well, we know that she is the first leader of S.H.I.E.L.D.
yes,
Yeah, and that's just like we were talking about. If this 8-part miniseries ends the way we were just talking about, with her going to start S.H.I.E.L.D., she won't be behind a desk.
Okay.
Because she would get out of that office.
So I think for the saturation or the non-saturation of comic book shows, it is my belief and my hopes, as it stands right now, that they let this be an 8-part miniseries and just leave it at that. Because you get the foundation for S.H.I.E.L.D. But then again, you know, you could have some interesting superheroes that come on board when S.H.I.E.L.D. takes when S.H.I.E.L.D. takes off. But you don't have as many then as you do now.
Yeah, you could throw in some of the original Marvel superheroes. Mm-hmm. Original Human Torch. But he was actually an android, so I don't know how that would go over. But Namor. He was around back then.
Yeah. And he has more powers than just talking to fish.
It's the power of green panties.
And a flat head. Pointy ears.
And he's got wings on his feet. Yep. For some reason. He's underwater, but yet he has wings on his feet.
That helps him move in the water, Dixon.
Sure.
gives him twinkle toes.
Yeah. I mean, have you not seen...
He's angry all the time.
Have you not seen the Manus the way that it does with its wings? It just...
The what?
The Manus.
Like a praying mantis?
Ain't there... The manta.
Oh, like a manta ray.
Yeah, manta ray. Thank you. Moving on.
Move on. Nothing to see here.
That's apparent.
Okay, one last thing. This is actually not really a story, but you remember we talked about not long ago the show iZombie?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It actually made the Tonight Show monologue the other night.
Really?
This is the quote. The CW has announced a new crime drama about a zombie medical student that eats the brains of dead people and inherits their memories to solve crimes. It's called Every Television Show Combined. So.
Wow. That's great. That's good. All right, so what have we got coming up after the break, Dixon?
Coming up after this, we're going to have our video game segment like we were talking about before, which we have no idea what we're going to call it. But whatever it is, it's coming.
Yes, and it's good. Oh, it's good. We'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Attention, Ninja Troll listeners. Listen to me on Monday evenings at 7 p.m. for the Carolina Independent Wrestling Report, right here on Spreaker.com. Each week, we will interview one of the girls or guys that make up the Carolina Independent Wrestling scene. The CIW has always been the place for the best in professional wrestling. Again, it is the CIW Report at 7 p.m. just before Monday Night Raw, with playbacks on demand anytime, right here on Spreaker.com.
That's personal. I don't know what to say. Oh my god. Okay, I can't do this.
I can't think of anything clean.
My rump roast. My caboose. The booty.
Nalguitas. Sweet cheeks. Big sexy.
Moneymaker. My booty. Bum. The donkadonk.
I think you just call it my butt.
No matter what you call it,
Have it checked.
have it checked.
Have it checked. Love